Hey guys, Pools here, and today I'm going to be talking a little bit about a loadout I have been playing with recently. I made a video not too long ago on how I use the AN94, and I enjoyed using the 3.4 times PKA sight on it so much I decided to check it out on a few other guns. Before I go on, I just want to say that one of the main reasons I am doing this is because I think too few people ever talk about anything past the 1.5 times sights in commentaries, reviews and such, and for the most part the sights like the Cobra and RDS are the top choices for competitive players for good reasons, and that is because it allows some of the quickest target acquisition for accurate players. And the way assault rifles and carbines handle in this game, a no zoom scope is ideal, but that doesn't mean you should be so easily discouraged from trying out the more obscure scopes. Fact is, competitive play is so different from something like 64-player Conquest. In pubs you'll have a lot more leeway for trying to outfit yourself to very specific roles, and for example, I picked up the M416 because of its slower rate of fire but very easy to control recoil pattern. The gun is pretty much the M16's little brother in that damage output wise, the M16 is simply that much more desirable, but I found that the M416 was much more accepting of the 3.4 times sight. Maybe it just agrees with me more, but that's the conclusion I came to. Aside from that, I have equipped the heavy barrel, and originally I started out using the foregrip just to play around with it a little bit, and I ended up taking it off for the rest of the time I used the gun. I just, figured I didn't need the reduced muzzle drift that much. Now, a lot of you are probably asking what exactly I use this weapon for. Well, I'd like to think that this particular loadout seems to be best used in Rush, and that is because it serves a good setup for picking off targets from afar as an attacker, allowing you to let your team flood through to the MCOMs, and as a defender, this zoom will help you register targets from a little further and allow people to be held back a little easier from safe positions. I did give the setup a go in Conquest, but what I found frustrating is that the 3.4 times sight is honestly not that versatile, and if you go toe to toe with a player of equal skill in close medium range and they have a shorter zoom scope, they may have the advantage, but there are a lot of times where I am still able to pull off closer ranged kills when aiming down sight. Now, going back to Rush a little bit, it is able to shine there because the enemy is generally coming from one direction, and whether you are attacking or defending, you have much less space around you to worry about. Chances are, if you are attacking, a defender won't be behind you, forcing you to do a quick 180 to try and take him down, so the 3.4 times sight is much more forgiving in an example like this. As we all know, there are many more scopes like the US M416 scope, which is their version of the 3.4 times, and we also have the two 4 times scopes, and my problem with these is that they are either A, blocking up too much of my vision like the Russian 4 times for example, or B, they are just not plain enough, and I like this Russian 3.4 times the most because of how clean and simple it is, and I found that it helped me get the most zoom while still being able to pull through with those clutcher short range engagements that we see so often unexpectedly. If you guys end up being curious enough to try out the 3.4 PKA scope, I would definitely recommend checking out the heavier and slower rate of fire assault rifles, as they are much more manageable with these zoomed in scopes. A heavy barrel will definitely get my recommendation, especially with the M416, and I would try and stay away from the foregrip with this one because it doesn't seem to add too much to the essence of the weapon. So I hope you guys enjoyed my opinion of this sight, and I'll see you all next time.